Dear Odozi, do you think you can ever rebuild trust after betrayal? I'm going to be sharing with you a few tips to rebuild trust after betrayal. The first things first is to acknowledge the pain. Honestly, allow yourself feel whatever it is. Cry if you have to. Hate them if you have to hate them. Dislike their guts and their audacity. Whatever it is, just feel it. Just make sure that you acknowledge that pain. I remember last year when I went through like my major crisis, right? It felt like the worst betrayal of my life. But I feel like one of the things that made me feel better was the fact that I could acknowledge the pain. I faced it heads on. I didn't say, you know what, I'm not going to feel this now. I'm going to come back and feel it later. No, let's cry. We have to cry. We'll cry our eyes out. But we're crying now so that we can smile later. So one of the ways is just make sure that, you acknowledge the pain. Seek clarity. Please do not seek clarity from the person who hurt you or who betrayed you. I think that one of the ways to seek clarity is just, being by yourself. I'm going to share what I did personally. This might not be for you, but this helped me. One of the ways that, I went and I wanted to be clear about what was going on was that I spent time with myself. I did not stay blaming myself or saying, oh, maybe I should have done this better, or maybe I should have done this better. Any adult who betrays you, trust me, did it on their own terms. So what I did was spend time with God, praying, asking if this pain was supposed to birth purpose. And yes, it was supposed to. Apparently, one of the reasons why I'm sitting here is because of that pain, right? It was meant to birth purpose. So you want to seek clarity at that time. Sometimes when we're in pain, that's when our head is really thinking straight, because a lot of times when we are overly happy and there's butterflies in our stomach, we're not really seeing the main color. But at the time when you're in pain, you take time to seek clarity on a lot of things, on your spiritual life, on your physical life, even your mental health. But trust me, do not sit down and start blaming yourself. You are not the reason why another grown-up has betrayed you. So please note that. Other things that you're going to do is set boundaries. When I was badly hurt last year, one of the things that I did was set boundaries. And I mean boundaries from blocking you to not speaking to you to cutting off everyone that is associated with you. It helped me take away everything that could have brought that person back or brought that, thought or that situation back. I even made sure that none of my friends shared anything that had to deal with that particular thing. So one of the things you want to do is create serious boundaries. If blocking that person or blocking that situation out is going to help you, please do it. Even if it's for the meantime, just make sure that you do it for that time. You understand yourself better than anyone else and you know what will make you feel better. Another thing that I did was communicate openly. Of course, not with the person who betrayed me, but with other people around me, in my community who helped me to heal. I communicated with them openly. I spoke about it and God bless them for listening to me every time that I spoke about it. Sometimes it felt like I wanted to talk about it 50 times in a day and they just indulged me. It helped me feel better. It kind of felt like I was letting go of what was inside of me. Every time that I spoke about it, the burden felt lighter. Every time that I shared it with somebody, the burden felt lighter. Now you have to be very careful because it's really dicey. You have to share and talk to only people in your community, because at that time you're very, very delicate, very vulnerable, very sensitive. If you're not careful, you will share information with people who will even make your life a living hell or just frustrate you the more. So one of the things that you want to do is, when communicating openly, make sure you communicate with people who are already in your circle and who are part of your community. The next thing that I'm going to say is please give yourself time. Love yourself. There's no timeline for this thing. It might take you 4 years to heal, 5 years to heal, 7 years to heal, 1 year to heal, 2 years to heal. There is no timeline for this. Don't let anybody tell you you're crying too much, you're talking about this too much. Oh, please snap out of it. This person has hurt you, it's okay. No. Take your time. You're the one who knows how you feel. You're the one who knows what your experience did to you. So please allow and give yourself time. But just make sure that you're very consistent with your journey. You're consistent with communicating openly. You're consistent with spending time with your family and friends, just so that would help with your healing process. Another thing I'm going to say is consider forgiveness. When I was hurt last year, I really thought that, holding grudges, because not forgiving was going to help me, but it did more harm than good. And when I say consider forgiveness, I'm not saying that type of forgiveness that you forgive, but you're secretly praying that something bad happens to them so that you can also smile. That's not forgiveness. I mean forgiving them wholeheartedly. Just the same way Jesus Christ forgives you. I know you're not God before you say it. But trust me, you can forgive these people and you don't have to go back to being friends with them or even smiling at them, but just forgive them. I mean, let that grudge in your heart go away. Do not wish them bad. Pray for them. Wish that good things happen to them. But of course, you can also pray that the blood of Jesus brings judgment upon them. Seek support. Of course, talk to a therapist. I saw a therapist and I can tell you that it was one of the best decisions of my life. I woke up one morning and I said, I'm no longer going to sit here, cry, and just dwell in all of this sadness. I got a therapist number. I went to see her. And after like 4 sessions, on my 5th session, I was a totally different person. I came smiling. I was happier. I, had clarity. My life became different from what I was going through. All of the pain that I was feeling just started to birth purpose. So one of the things that I'm going to tell you is please seek help. And seeing a therapist is not a bad thing. I remember when I wanted to go and see a therapist, and I had a friend at the time. Then he said, well, what are you seeing a therapist for? You're just being dramatic. This whole thing is not serious. I didn't listen to anybody. When I started seeing my therapist, not one single person knew. I started seeing my therapist, and I had seen my therapist for quite some time before I even opened up my mouth to talk. And I wasn't doing that because I was trying to be secretive. I was doing that because I didn't want anyone to discourage me from seeing a therapist. So please seek help if you need to. And trust yourself. Darling, you are the most beautiful girl in the world. Anodozi, a homemaker. Trust yourself. I know that you're heartbroken that you gave someone the chance to take you for a fool and betray you. I know that you're heartbroken that you gave someone the chance and that person has hurt you so badly. But trust me, that pain birth purpose. Purpose that will make you happier. Purpose that will make you see life differently. And I say this all the time that I'm so grateful for the pain that I felt, because without that pain, I don't think that I'll be here today. Lastly, I'm going to tell you to evaluate reconciliation. You don't have to reconcile till you're ready. This might not sound right to some people, but I would tell you, do not reconcile till you're ready. And you don't have to reconcile with everybody. There are some people that are better off not being in your life. Just let them go. If you ever consider reconciling, then take your time. Do it at your own pace. See you next week.